Why is it that when you give people everything, your time, your loyalty, your presence, they repay you with disrespect? Why do they only begin to value you the moment you turn your back? This is the paradox of human behavior. The more you give without demand, the less you are appreciated. The more available you make yourself, the more invisible you become. The truth is hard, but simple people respect strength, and strength is never revealed by constant presence. It is revealed by the ability to leave. Those who cannot walk away are prisoners of others. Those who can leave it will hold the power. Today we confront a problem that destroys many relationships, friendships, careers, and alliances. You give and give expecting gratitude, only to find yourself taken for granted. You wait for recognition, only to see others mock your loyalty. And yet, when you finally withdraw, something strange happens. The same people who ignored you suddenly chase after you. The same voices that dismissed you now call your name. It is as if your absence forces them to see your value in a way your presence never could. This is the law of absence. It is not kindness that commands respect, but distance. It is not loyalty that earns recognition, but the threat of losing you. Once you understand this, you will never again waste energy begging for validation. The surest way to be valued is not to stay, but to step away. The law of absence. Why walking away creates value. Respect does not come from familiarity. It comes from scarcity. Human beings are drawn to what they cannot easily have, and they disregard what is always present. Just as water is taken for granted until the drought arrives, your presence loses meaning until your absence exposes its worth. When you are constantly available, you dissolve into the background of others' lives. They see you, but they do not notice you. They hear you, but they do not listen. Your constant presence becomes a noise that fades into silence. Yet the moment you are gone, the silence becomes unbearable. Absence magnifies value. It transforms the ordinary into the rare. It forces others to confront what life feels like without you, and that confrontation teaches them the respect your presence could not. Consider the dynamic of power in any human connection. A servant who obeys every command is treated like furniture. A friend who is always ready to sacrifice is thanked with empty words. A partner who gives unconditional attention becomes predictable, and predictability breeds contempt. But remove yourself, even briefly, and the dynamic shifts. Suddenly, the servant who refuses becomes feared. The friend who disappears becomes missed. The partner who turns away becomes desired. Absence is not weakness, it is a weapon. It is the silent pressure that bends others without words. And unlike force or argument, it cannot be resisted. You can argue with words, you can resist commands, but you cannot fight against emptiness. The vacuum of your presence makes its own case. There are countless ways this law reveals itself. A ruler ignored by his council finds them scrambling for his attention the moment he withdraws his presence from their gatherings. A worker dismissed as ordinary is suddenly begged to return when he resigns. A lover taken for granted becomes irresistible the moment she stops answering calls. In every case, absence teaches the lesson that presence could not. The lesson is this: do not waste effort begging to be valued. Instead, remove yourself and allow absence to do the work. People are slow learners, but nothing instructs faster than the shabagon. The psychology of respect. Respect is not a gift. It is not the reward of kindness. It is the recognition of strength. And strength is never found in dependence. It is found in independence. Human beings are selfish by nature. They measure others not by how much is given, but by how much can be taken. If you allow them unlimited access to your time, they will consume it without thought. If you grant them endless patience, they will test it without shame. If you make yourself a servant to their needs, they will treat you as a servant. Gratitude does not restrain them. Only the fear of losing you does. Detachment is the ultimate signal of power. It tells others that you are not chained to them, that you can exist without their approval, that their disrespect is not enough to hold you. And because they cannot control you, they are forced to respect you. This is why absence has such force. Presence can be ignored, words can be mocked, deeds can be forgotten, but absence cannot be denied. It is a mirror that shows people the emptiness of life without you. And when they see that emptiness, they remember what they failed to value. Think of the hierarchy in every relationship. There are givers and there are walkers. The givers remain, pouring out time and energy. The walkers hold the power because they are not afraid to leave. The giver begs, the walker commands. The giver waits. The walker sets the pace. You must decide which role to play. If you choose to give endlessly, you will be discarded. If you choose to walk when disrespected, you will be feared and valued. Consider again the servant who obeys every command. He is treated as disposable. But the servant who refuses, who risks dismissal, is seen as strong. Or the friend who is always available, he is treated as ordinary. But the one who is rarely present, who arrives only on his own terms, is treated with importance. The mind of man is primitive. It does not admire what is constant. It admires what is rare. It does not respect what it owns. It respects what it cannot control. To be respected, therefore, you must never allow yourself to be fully possessed. This is why the ability to walk away is the foundation of power. If you can leave at any moment, you can never be owned. And if you cannot be owned, you will be respected. E.F. The strategy of controlled withdrawal, walking away, does not mean running. It is not the desperate retreat of the weak, but the calculated maneuver of the strong. To withdraw correctly requires discipline, patience, and timing. If you vanish in anger, you show weakness. If you disappear in silence, you show power. Controlled withdrawal is the art of absence executed with precision. It is not about severing ties forever. It is about withholding yourself in a way that forces others to measure your worth. There are 3 primary methods. First, silence instead of complaint. Complaints are confessions of powerlessness. They reveal that you seek recognition, that you depend on others to grant it. But silence denies them the satisfaction of your desperation. Silence unsettles. It makes them question what you are thinking, whether you will return, what consequences your absence will bring. Second, distance instead of argument. Arguments only reinforce dependence. By debating, you acknowledge their power to affect you. Distance, on the other hand, denies them that influence. To step away is to declare without words that their approval is not required. Third, redirection of attention. Withdrawal is not just the act of leaving someone else. It is also the act of turning towards something higher. Invest in other pursuits, other allies, other opportunities. By shifting your focus, you demonstrate that no one person or group has a monopoly on your time. The silence of withdrawal burns louder than words. People are addicted to control. They want to know they can summon you at will. When you deny them this, their craving intensifies. They will chase you, not out of love, but out of the hunger for control. And in chasing, they reveal dependence. Absence is also the ultimate test. When you walk away, you discover who truly values you. Those who remain silent never cared. Those who pursue your return prove your significance. There is no clearer measure of loyalty than the reaction to your withdrawal. This principle applies to every realm. In negotiations, the one who leaves the table holds the advantage. He forces the other side to reconsider, to panic at the possibility of losing the deal. In personal ties, the one who withdraws forces the other to weigh the cost of absence. The calculation often ends in their pursuit, their apology, their newfound respect. But absence must be strategic, not reckless. Too much withdrawal and you fade permanently. Too little and it loses power. The key is balance. Vanish just long enough for your absence to be felt, but not so long that you are forgotten. Strike like the tide. Retreat to reveal strength. Return to reclaim position. The power shift, how walking away reverses control. The moment you walk away, control shifts. The one who leaves dictates the terms. The one who remains is left waiting. Absence creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates fear. Fear breeds respect. When others cannot predict you, they cannot control you. And when they cannot control you, they are forced to acknowledge your power. This is why human beings chase retreating things. A hunter chases the prey that flees, not the one that waits. A lover desires the partner who withdraws, not the one who clings. A leader is admired when he stands apart, not when he begs for attention. Walking away transforms you from the seeker into the prize. Those who once dismissed you now struggle to regain your presence. They imagine your return as a victory. Your absence becomes their obsession. To achieve this power shift, one rule is essential: leave with strength. If you withdraw in desperation, they will interpret it as surrender. If you withdraw in silence, with purpose, they will interpret it as dominance. Never let your departure resemble escape. Let it resemble command. In the eyes of others, your absence becomes a statement. I do not need you, you need me. That single reversal changes everything. Suddenly, they weigh every word, every action, every move. Afraid of driving you further away, they respect you not because they choose to, but because they fear the void your absence creates. The dangers of never walking away. There is a greater danger than leaving too soon, and that is never leaving at all. If you refuse to walk away, You condemn yourself to invisibility. What happens when you never withdraw? You become ordinary. You become background noise. You become so constant that your very presence loses all weight. People take you for granted because they believe you will never leave. And once they believe that, they no longer feel the need to respect you. Respect requires uncertainty. If your presence is guaranteed, there is nothing to fear, nothing to lose. The more you stay, the less they value. The more you give, the less they remember. In time, not only do they ignore you, they begin to resent you. Familiarity turns to contempt, and contempt is the death of respect. This is why clinging is poison. The more you hold on, the more they push away. The tighter you grasp, the faster you lose. The more available you make yourself, the more invisible you become. The refusal to walk away is not loyalty, it is self-betrayal. It convinces others that they can treat you however they wish, and you will endure it. And once they believe this, you will never command their respect. Therefore, make walking away your shield. Use it to remind others of your worth. If you refuse, you will one day discover the truth too late, when they discard you without hesitation, because you trained them to believe you would never leave. VI. The final law: respect is not won by pleasing others. It is not earned by constant presence or endless giving. It is commanded through absence, through the power of withdrawal, through the ability to walk away without fear. When you understand this, you no longer waste time begging for recognition. You no longer cling to those who ignore your value. You know that the most powerful words you can ever speak are not spoken at all. They are written in your silence, in your absence, in your refusal to remain where you are not respected. The law is simple: they only respect you when you walk away. If you can leave, you cannot be controlled. If you cannot be controlled, you will be respected. If you are respected, you will never again need to ask for recognition. So let this truth guide you. When you feel ignored, when you feel taken for granted, do not complain. Do not argue. Step away. Let absence reveal what presence could not. Let silence speak louder than words. Let withdrawal command the respect that loyalty never earned. The moment you master the art of walking away, you will command respect without ever asking for it. And those who once dismissed you will fear losing you again. Respect is never given freely. It is never earned through endless loyalty or blind devotion. It is commanded through strength, and the greatest proof of strength is the ability to walk away. Those who cannot leave are trapped in the hands of others. Those who can leave at will are the ones who bend the world to their command. You must remember this law: people only begin to respect you when they fear losing you. They only value your presence when they are forced to taste your absence. The power is already in your hands. The question is whether you will use it. If you are tired of being ignored, if you are done begging for recognition, then let your silence, your distance, and your refusal to be owned speak louder than your words ever could. The moment you stop chasing, they will start chasing you. The moment you walk away, they will follow. If you want more lessons like this, lessons that cut through illusions and show you how power really works, then subscribe now. Every new video will arm you with strategies to command respect, control outcomes, and live on your own terms. Do not wait. Take control today.